Jonathan Stewart. I'm a professor of civil and environmental engineering at UCLA.
I'm Elisa Stewart. I'm a stay-at-home mom and a translator.
Well, this is a 1930 vintage house, and what's typical of houses of that era is lots of small rooms that don't really flow very well from one to the other. So that limits just sort of family interaction when people are in different rooms. There was very poor airflow through the house. One aspect of the project that nobody sees, but we felt was important, was this being an older house, it is actually a little bit vulnerable to earthquakes. There were no shear walls in the home. So in the design of the remodel, I put in a number of shear walls around these new windows that we put in. And Kobe and his crew did a great job of putting them in, keeping me appraised of progress. And as a result of this project, we should be in better shape when the earthquake comes. I think for somebody who's planning a remodel, they want to refresh their house, have it look great, they should definitely give a careful look to Structura.
Structura stood out because Kobe was able to keep our conversations a little more in line with my scope, not thinking about other things that we could be doing. And it's easy in a remodel to let it get out of hand, and I liked that he had a vision that could start and end when we needed it to, and also stay within my ideas of what we were supposed to accomplish in that time.
When we were interviewing contractors and Kobe visited, I had a comfort level with him. He seemed to understand what it was we were trying to do. He asked good questions, and he was obviously on top of his game, a smart guy. He knew what he was doing, and so I was confident that he could deliver.
In the end, I had narrowed it down to two choices, and Kobe was more responsive.
I think what I appreciated the most about Structura was that with any remodel, you're going to run across problems and unanticipated conditions. And with Kobe and Structura, it was really kind of a partnership.
We had original cove ceilings in the house, and we wanted to keep the coving. And we knew that was difficult to start with, but the bigger issue was we had these discrete rooms that ended, and the coving meant natural ends, and every corner was a right angle. Well, suddenly we had one corner that flowed out into the hallway and another corner that was what we're calling a stub wall, a portion of a wall that just ends in the middle of the room in the center of what is a coved ceiling. And I couldn't picture what was going to happen in those spaces. Francisco was nodding the whole time, and he said, I know exactly how it's going to look, and it came out beautifully.
The quality of the workmanship is great. So the finished product looks amazing. They were efficient, and they got things done quickly.
I think it was the first time we'd ever worked with a contractor that finished ahead of schedule.
I would recommend Structura on the basis of the quality of the work, and part of the reason the work is of high quality is the collaborative nature that is formed between Kobe and his crew and the owner and the owner's engineer. The quality speaks for itself.
One of the things I'd like to point out is throughout the course of the remodel, Kobe and everyone at Structura Remodeling asked the right questions at the right time. These details are important, and it's important to communicate with the owner. They ask the right questions. Anybody who's looking for a job done right should consider Structura Remodeling.